Hey guys, Michal Hucko here, IT guy Michal on the social media. Thank you very much for watching this lecture in the basics of classification in Python. And in this video, we're gonna talk about the kinds of machine learning which are out there. So before we can move to the practical parts of this, it's great to talk about these distinctions between the types of machine learning and the issues or the problems which we can solve with the machine learning. So there are four types, or we can distinguish basically the four basic types of machine learning or the learnings. And the first one is supervised learning. So supervised means that we are provided with the dataset, with the training dataset, where are the labels which we want to predict, which we want to learn. A great example is, for example, housing price prediction. So you have a training set which consists of the details about houses, like what is the area, if it has a balcony, right? Which are the columns. And then you have a target value which you want to predict, which is the price of the house, right? Or for example, in this case of tutorials, we will have a HR dataset. So the dataset will consist of data about the employees, and then we would like to predict whether the employee will leave the company or not. So this is a target value. In the supervised learning, we have this target value in the training dataset, which we want then to predict on the test data, right? So I am also mentioning the train and the test data. So the train is used during the training process of the machine learning algorithm, and the test data is then being used to evaluate. So this was the supervised learning problem. Now let's talk about unsupervised learning. Now you have sometimes the data where the label is missing, like you have a lot of data about some people, right? And you don't have any label, or you don't know what you want to predict on them, right? So these kind of problems are called the unsupervised learning problems. Here are the predictions, like sometimes you want to group, for example, with these people, you want to group them in certain groups, and then the unsupervised learning algorithms will group them like without any knowledge of the label, right? So clustering is one of the cases of the unsupervised learning. Or for example, you want to look for the anomaly in your dataset. Yes, you have a certain behavioral data from your employees, and you want to find some errors or some suspicious activity, like in the banking sector is this quite a common case. Now, this is the unsupervised learning problem. The third group of problems is a semi-supervised learning problem. So it is what it's like described in the name. So in the training set, you have some data which are labeled and some of them which are not. And you want to use both of them later to predict something in the test data, right? So this is sometimes getting popular with the X-ray screens or with the medical data. And then we have also reinforcement learning, which I don't want to go into details in this video or in this lecture, in this course, right? So this course will be about classification, and classification is the case of the supervised learning problem. So we will have a training data with a target label which we want to predict. So, and to be specific, as I mentioned, we are going to predict whether the employee will leave the company or not based on his specification in the time, right? Okay guys, I hope this gave you some insights into differences between the learnings in the machine learning, and I hope I will see you in the next video of this course. Thank you very much.